blah blah.
So we just watched Thor Ragnarok. Ragnarok, the third entry in the Thor movies. In addition to all the other Marvel movies, you would have to watch to get every single thing that happened. Oh, what you doing?
Nothing.
Okay, just to make sure. So in this, how do we even talk about this? Okay, it's because this is a 2 hour and 10-minute movie. It's almost Avengers long. The amount of content they covered as far as plot and just sequences just happening is ridiculous. I don't even know how to even start it because, first of all, things to note is that this is unlike any other Thor movie in the fact that, sure, there's action. There's a lot of action.
No way.
But they put a heavy emphasis on comedy. Chris Hemsworth, which is like the actor for Thor, was like, hey, you know, Thor's been kind of out of the game. And you see all these different Marvel movies and they're really spectacular, but not all the Thor movies have been good. What can I do? Let's just make it funny. And they went with that. And oh my god, did they do so well with that.
Dude, they ran with it.
And at the same time, well, actually, it's kind of a weird, like, balance act, juggling act between, like, comedy and actual, like, plot and how you ought to feel. There were times where, especially at the very beginning, who was Thor fighting with at the very beginning? It wasn't, could we call him Satan or...
We'll call him Satan. That
Sure.
makes it easy.
Yeah, because, like, it's essentially a dude, like, shrouded in fire, pretty much telling Thor, like, the TLDR...
He's bringing Ragnarok
to Asgard because that's my duty. That's what I want to do. I want to bring hell to Asgard and destroy it. Oh my god, the opening sequence, as funny as it was, just like seeing Thor just kind of retell like how he ended up in that situation. TLDR, I was looking for these stones, couldn't find any. Now I'm here, and that's it. And as he was talking to Satan, the whole
he was talking to a skeleton in his cage.
That too. But as he was like rolling down, or as he was being dropped just to see Satan in the face, obviously there's a whole bunch of momentum going to that, and so he's like ending up like rotating endlessly. As he talks to Satan, he's like, oh, give me a second. I just need to get around to facing you again.
Yeah, you have to hold on. Okay, so what were you saying?
So essentially I just had to take that crown off of you. And the fact that he summons Mjolnir, but there's like a weird like delay time that he has to wait for it, so it's like I think I'm having a really bad time right now. Oh, there it is.
You just hear Mjolnir breaking through everything on its way to him.
That's great. So yeah.
So I wonder, how does Mjolnir know to come?
That's a good question because it doesn't just work with him, but also works with like his father as well. Mm-hmm. Like he can summon it as well. So those who are worthy, I guess, like create like an unconscious pact where Mjolnir will always come to them like when they're worthy. And I guess that can also apply to our red dude who's made of an Infinity Stone.
There was a what's it called? There was a cartoon. I think it was Jackie Chan's. It was Kim Possible. They went to the monkey temple.
Oh yeah.
And right there with this staff. No matter where in the world you are, if you call for it, it will come for you. And they ended up throwing it off the bridge, trying to show that it'll come to him. It just didn't come.
Reminds me of Ron's actual sword that he could just like call back, but they never followed up with it. It did come back though.
Yeah.
He just kind of, I guess he put it away. But essentially, like, it was a really cool action sequence, like throughout, and that was just like the cold open. Mm-hmm. Followed by like that song that played in the trailer. I forget what it's called. Do you remember?
No, but I can look it up right now.
But oh my god, like seeing like Thor fight with Mjolnir was something I just needed in that movie because it's been a long time, and there's definitely jokes about like him kind of wielding his hammer versus him just using hand-to-hand combat.
I was way off. Led Zeppelin, Immigrant Song.
It's a great song, dude. All right, that's enough. But yeah, that's a really good song for this, especially when it's called the Immigrant Song, because a lot of time that Thor spends in the movie is on a different planet.
As an immigrant.
And it's about him pretty much kind of causing, well, disruption within the entire, like, I guess kingdom we can even call it, because I'm not sure if it spans the entire planet itself.
No, it's a planet of trash, so...
Yeah.
It spans the planet.
That doesn't really happen until like a good maybe 30 minutes within, or even that.
Longer.
Because I know that Thor returns back after reclaiming the crown, or that, yeah, I guess you could call it the crown.
Oh,
And
the tiara.
the tiara, if you will. I thought that was just a long eyebrow.
It was. It's part of his skull. Like he
And-
said, it's not in my crown. And then he kills him, and it's just his skull, and it's the fucking crown.
Yeah, Thor. Oh my god, just there's so much comedic bits that I forget, but also want to highlight as well. Like the whole fact that Heldum, I forgot, I can't not pronounce his like name correctly, but the guy who like watches over everything, the Bifrost and everything.
Okay, yeah.
The fact that he wasn't in the shot when he was teleported back, I was like, wait, Heimdall, like, wait, where is he? Like, I just didn't see this bald dude. Has he been replaced? But it turned out to be this not so pivotal character named Scourge, although he did help quite a bit near the end. What was funny in that bit I really love was the fact that Thor did his thing with the hammer just to fling him towards Asgard, and Scourge just ran. It was such a subtle thing. Not a lot of people laughed at it, but it definitely like gave me a good chuckle just to see that the fact that there's a scale and all that.
Considering how long that rainbow bridge is, dude. It just goes.
He came there as soon as Loki was revealed, and I was actually surprised how little time it took Thor to really realize what just happened.
Yeah, and how he fucking uncovered him.
That was funny. And also, yeah, there's no way you could really yield to that. Or, like, be resistant to that. Because, like, oh, here's Mjolnir. Chucks it, like, off to the mountains. Like, nothing's going to stop me between me and Mjolnir right now.
In your skull.
I love how quick that was. And how they kind of diffused the whole situation there, too. Where the fact is, like, I mourn for you, Loki. What the hell? I mean, it carried out throughout the season, throughout the movie.
The season?
Throughout the movie, as they were just kind of elaborating on just like their interactions, very brief interactions with each other, and the whole like brother dynamic is kind of calmed down since Dark World.
Mm-hmm.
Like in that movie, they were very kind of opposed to each other. Thor was really reluctant to trust him, and now they have like this kind of joking around. I still don't really like you as much kind of like dynamic, and it was really
you are
weird,
what you are, and I can't change that.
which is funny because he kind of crossed him in a way that's like, yeah, all right, I'll see you later, Loki.
Your problem is you don't know, you don't grow. You're the god of trickery, and that's all you'll ever be.
he leaves him like that, and then when they reunite at the end, it's just like they're just talking, like nothing happened.
You're late. You lost an eye. That was Thor. His hands make sparks.
There's so many things. It's hard to really even talk about just like everything about the movie and just also talk about the highlights about it because there's so many. Like Doctor Strange's cameo, which was very brief, and I actually appreciated the fact that they just had a little brief thing about it, and also kind of by all the bullshit he just kind of gives Thor by just being him.
Oh my! I was mad for Thor. Oh my! I wanted to punch him, dude.
But I think it did a good job establishing Doctor Strange's like, I guess his stance like within the Marvel universe.
His power. That he's like mastered it.
Yeah.
He's doing things just at will.
At will, and not even Thor can even like really get a fix on it, because Doctor Strange is not much of a warrior, but he's also really, really smart and really adept to magic.
He's a powerful mage.
Yeah.
He is with magic what Hulk is with punching.
Yeah. And so, oh my god, all that bullshit. The whole thing with Loki. So, in order to get contact with Thor, he actually takes Loki and makes him fall like endlessly for who knows how long.
Half an hour.
But Thor picks up the address. He goes to the address, meets up with Doctor Strange, goes through all the bullshit with Doctor Strange, and then finally Doctor Strange lets Loki get out of the loop.
He gets out of the fall.
I've been falling for 30 minutes.
He was just mad.
Oh my god. It was a SpongeBob reference right there. Or Squidward just falling endlessly.
That or it could have been a Spy Kids 2 reference.
Oh yeah, why are we? How long have we been falling?
I don't know. My watch doesn't tell time. My watch tells time. It's a badass watch. Geiger counter. Fits with Fallout.
It really does, actually. Yeah. Just like there's so many things in this movie that I loved about it, specifically comedic. Like another thing that I really loved, aside from like the whole you're a jerk Thor and like Hulk dynamic, but also like following after that, Thor throwing the ball.
I was gonna bring that up. He was giving a speech on what heroes do, and at the end of it, he was gonna break the window of a skyscraper with his big, heavy metal red ball. And he's right there, because that's what, whoosh, and he throws the ball. It cracks the glass, but it bounces right back, just as ferocious, dead square into his face.
Did you ever catch the name of the girl? The other Asgard, but Valkyrie.
Stacy.
Stacy. Is it really Stacy? No. Let's call her Stacy. Stacy. Just her very appearance. She finished her drink. She like walks like really cool like, and then.
Yeah. He's mine. Boom.
Wait. He's mine. But we got him.
Yeah, right there. He's mine. If you want him, you're gonna have to go through me.
But we already got him.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go through you. And she fucking...
That was a really cool
She
thing.
turns them into rags, dude.
She does a really cool thing with her gauntlets, which actually activates like her ships.
Yeah,
like,
her
Gatlings.
gloves control...
The ships like...
Her gauntlets control the Gauntling guns.
The Gauntling guns and just like mowed everyone down.
All but one.
All but one.
Foolishly attacked her, and she uppercutted him into nothing.
I don't know how I feel about like her character specifically. Obviously has like a connection to Asgard, so that's why she's joining. But I guess she was satisfied with just kind of drinking away.
She wanted to prevent
the Ragnarok.
Yeah.
But she ultimately failed when she fought against Hela. She was one of the last Valkyries, so...
She was the last Valkyrie.
The last. And that was it. She kind of wanted to just kind of escape
Fucking
him.
Loki, dude.
What?
Oh, you fought her. That must have been a dreadful memory.
Whoosh! And just recalled everything, and then she probably just kicked him in the face.
What is with everyone getting hit in the face? The whole fight between Thor and Hulk. That whole fight, even as he was pummeling, I was like, at least he's not getting him like Brawly. And what did he do? At the very end, he got him like Brawly. For those of you that don't know, Brawly liked to jump on Goku.
That was a really cool fight. What they really did, and I think they really changed a lot of things based on the trailer and the actual movie, was Loki being there.
No, he was there.
Well, he was there. It's just like in the trailers, it wasn't shown. Loki wasn't shown there. It just felt like he was just kind of out of the picture during that part. But in the trailer, or like in the movie, he was definitely there. It's like, Loki, look, he's here. He's like, I gotta get out of here.
I gotta get off this planet. He was having some mean flashbacks, dude. Fucking Thor. Doom, 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 doom. See, that's what it feels like.
I'm just really into sports.
I was really sad that Thor didn't get to fight the sister. What is her name?
Hela?
Hela?
Yeah.
I'm really upset that Thor didn't get to, or the Hulk didn't get to fight Hela and do that to her. Just get the whole family.
That was really funny. Just see like both brothers just have to go through that. But Thor did stand a better chance.
You know what I did enjoy? Big monster.
Well, what was that one?
When at the end when he was starting to fight Satan in his final form.
That was so funny because it really just felt like a little tiny chihuahua going over to the big dog, and you're like, stop it, you just gotta stop. And he's like, fine.
But big monster.
Just stop being a moron. Like, okay. Grabs him, jumps, and perfectly just lands on the ship without any kind of like resistance or recoil.
It's a big ship, dude. The Hulk may be big, but that's a big ship.
That's true. It's just so cool to see Hulk in the trailer going up against Satan, and you're just kind of wondering, how's that gonna pan out? He just knocked him upside, which was still very impressive, but still he got grabbed and just got chucked at the Rainbow Bridge.
Ew.
But I guess that was literally the only way they could take care of Hela. Like, the only way.
Yeah.
And to just kind of see some Ragnarok.
They had to.
The Ragnarok.
Yeah. They had to bring freaking
Satan into the mix.
They had to bring forth the end, which would kill Hela.
That was the only way they could kill Hela.
She's too strong.
Even like with like Sappy Finger Thor activated, which it did kind of make me think of Ultra Instinct Thor, but yeah, it's not quite that.
It's Avatar state.
It's like an Avatar state, which good thing he didn't die.
And then after he got his eye removed, he became Sans.
Oh my god, dude! I actually was not expecting him to lose an eye, and to keep up with that, to have an eye patch and everything like that. I mean, it's kind of cool because it pays homage to his dad, but his dad.
He's my dad.
But I was not expecting that, especially like in the trailer. They totally changed everything about it. I'm glad though, because they took a lot of risk, not just sacrificing Asgard, but also his eye, and the whole dynamic.
And his dad.
His dad, Asgard. Oh my god! Like a lot of these things I wasn't expecting, and it changes like the entire plot immensely. I'm not sure about the real like lore of what happens to Asgard, but I mean they're doing things very differently from like the first two movies where it's like, okay, this happened, but you know, all is well that ends well, right?
No.
It's kind of like the end of Sonic Adventure where like chaos like destroys the entire city. It's like, oh well, it ends well, right? Following after the sequel is just like, okay, everything's fine. No, like they can't go back. There is no Asgard physical place. It's the people.
As Cora said, it's looking bad, but as long as there's a solid foundation still there, we can rebuild. Make it a refuge for people seeking home. Boom!
Literally just collapse the entire planet.
No, yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry.
Core was the guy.
He was essentially the blue thing.
Yeah.
The blue thing.
Yeah.
I loved him. Hey man.
He had such a soft voice. He's a big giant rock thing. Hey man. I'm Core. I'm kind of the leader of this place here. I can't remember.
He was kind of like Gunhead.
I can't remember I can't remember the other guy's name.
Yeah,
this is the guy.
Yeah, this is the guy.
This here's something. His hands are knives.
It reminds me of My Hero with Gunhead.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that dynamic of like being like the leader, but also just, hey, how's it going?
He's a super intimidating looking guy, but he's super soft spoken.
Yeah. Even though like those two are very minor, they somehow do enough to give him a presence.
Hey boy.
Hey boy.
We're about to hop on this ship right now. You want to join us?
He said that twice, dude. It's so funny. Oh my god. Just so many comedic moments I, again, love to point out, but always forget about. Like the whole just Bruce Banner bit for as long as he was there and trying to get to his thoughts. Like, I've been Hulk for like 2 years. And Thor's like, sun's setting.
Sun's getting real low, buddy. Sun's getting real low.
Stop saying that. And the whole thing with Tony Stark like wearing his like pants really tight.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that supposed to be? Well, it's my disguise. I can see your face. Not if I do this. Oh my god, dude. Who is he? I'll explain later. You don't have to worry. I got this.
BAM!
He killed himself.
I told you. As we were watching, I was like, watch, he's gonna jump and he's not gonna change. This is just gonna be like the first Hulk movie.
That was so funny.
Fucking jumped. Don't worry, I'll change on the way down. Oh no. Roll credits.
I mean, Bruce isn't dead because Hulk is always gonna be there.
Yeah.
I was concerned though at first, like, is Bruce dead? So Hulk is the only person after that. But then I remember, like, in the Avengers, he's like, oh, I'll put a gun to like in my mouth, and then the other guy will just spit it out.
Mm-hmm.
So Bruce literally cannot die unless Hulk dies. Man, Hulk was great. I like the fact that no one really questions the fact that he now has some form of intelligence to the point where he can talk.
Been 2 years, dude.
So Though he's always angry, he knows how to just kind of talk normally.
Here's what I figure. He's born full-grown Hulk. But he hasn't learned. He hasn't developed.
That's true.
He's had, what, a couple of hours here and there of life?
Yeah, so
he's finally had 2 years of life. He has the intelligence of a 2-year-old.
Yeah, I win.
I win. No, you're dumb. Puny Avenger.
Puny Avenger. Password. Banner. Welcome, strongest Avenger. What the fuck? Oh, also...
Voice recognition. Thor. Not recognized. God of Thunder.
Not recognized.
Thor. Son of Odin. Not recognized. Strongest Avenger. Not recognized. God damn it, Stark. Point Break. Welcome, Point Break.
Was that a reference to something?
I believe that's some movie, if I'm not mistaken. Point Break. Yep, there he is.
Wait, is that starring him?
I don't... Is it?
Hold on.
Oh, Patrick Swayze.
Okay.
However, there's a 2015 one.
Yeah? Oh god, let's see the cast.
No, he's not in it.
Ah,
Those are the
damn.
stars right there. But I guess it's because he looks like Patrick Swayze.
I'm pretty sure you must have mentioned it at some point. There's just so much. Even Hela, like, as much of an antagonist as she is, she does also have like a lighter side to her, like very comedic. Like Scourge here in the whole movie, he plays as kind of like the servant to her, the executioner. Mm-hmm. But at the end, like, he gives his life for everyone because he just wants to be recognized. That's all he wanted to do. He didn't want to kill anyone, but he did want to stop the bad guys. So, but throughout that, it was just like Hela was like asking, like, all right, so what is it about you that makes you you? Well, I was born. Okay, I'm gonna stop you there. I just wanted to know, like, why are you doing all this?
So, tell me about yourself, Scourge. Well, my father was a baker and my mother. Look, I'm gonna stop you right there.
I just wanted to know.
What is your ambition?
I just want to get recognized. What's funny is they actually brought out the guns. I was not expecting them to actually use those.
Oh, you didn't think he was gonna use Des and Troy?
Yeah, something like that. Des and Troy. God, that's funny. But yeah, he did make a sacrifice. It's a shame that he did get cut off, and he wasn't that much of a redeemable character, but what he did was noble enough. So I think that was as good of a bow tie as you could possibly tie it.
Yeah, I think it was a good redemption for him. He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't really do much of anything. He called people out, but he never hurt anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So,
he didn't even call anybody out. He just kind of walked around and followed her like a lapdog. She wanted him to kill that woman, and he was hesitant.
But
then she kind of pushed the issue, and as he raised it, someone stopped him.
Right. So he never got to go to that side where he couldn't return.
Yeah, he was never irredeemable. Mm-hmm. He was just a coward.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that does make sense. Oh my god. There's so many things that happen in this movie that all I can talk about is just like highlights, but they're all like.
Is the Devil's Anus a highlight?
Holy shit! they went with that. Yeah. This ship doesn't have guns. Yeah, apparently it was used for pleasure. You know, it's like part of like a whole bunch of the Grandmaster's orgies. Did you say orgies? Yeah. Don't touch a lot. Don't touch things.
This is after Banner already rubbed his face and whole body on that floor.
The fact that how he entered that ship.
He got ejector seated.
Oh god, that was so funny.
And he almost fell out the other side.
Oh my god. What about the help me?
Oh.
Want to do help me? I don't want to do it. Oh, it's so much fun. It's not fun for me. Alright. Help!
Yeah, get help.
Get help! He needs help!
Get help? No, we're not doing get help. It's always fun to do get help.
Oh my god. And the fact that you mentioned, like, we're not gonna do get help in front of Hela.
Yeah. Oh. Hit her with a lightning bolt. I hit her with the biggest lightning bolt in the history of lightning, and it didn't hurt her. That was a big fucking jolt of lightning.
Everyone saw that.
Yeah, It electrified the entire kingdom.
It was so big that it took more than an instant of a second to get that going. To end. That is a cool form for Thor. I'm definitely gonna miss Mjolnir just for comedy's sakes. And just how cool it is, like he can just spin it around. And it's just like this tool that determines who is worthy. But because it's gone, it's just like, well, we can't do that anymore. Although I think they might. Weren't they mentioned that in Spider-Man that they were adding something to Thor's Mjolnir, or they had like a prototype version of it?
They're making something for it. It was like a case or something for it.
Well, of course, since he doesn't have Mjolnir, it's like, what can we do with that now? But I do like.
Pretty to have.
It's pretty to have. It's an aesthetic.
To think, Mjolnir would look great with this.
It's one of those things where it's like it looks better when we have to go. Oh yeah, it was Vision. Vision's his name.
Yeah.
Too bad we can't have any more of that.
You forgot his name?
Yeah, I forgot his name.
That's why you just said our red friend?
Yeah.
I thought you were just saying that to like hide his name. I didn't know you forgot his name.
I do like the whole idea that Mjolnir was just kind of a way for Thor to control his powers, but now he doesn't need to. It is interesting how he has to always reference like the horizon, that very moment, and it usually only happens like when he's like in near death, that was able to like even get an idea of it. But now he has like more of a consciousness to it. It's a shame he lost his eye. It doesn't affect them too much. Yeah.
I mean, it's like Odin Allfather said, even when you had two eyes, you're only seeing half the picture.
That's true. So it's just like
now your half-wittedness matches your face.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on, Dad. You ain't gotta be mean.
That was kind of a weird case because I know that we didn't know what happened to Odin, but apparently Loki like banished him like once he took over. But then all the things happened with Doctor Strange. They found out where like the father was at, and then it was his time to go. Turned to dust. They fought Hela right there. And poorly. That's where Mjolnir died. Just like, oh man. And I love just the concept of Mjolnir, the fact that it's like this insanely heavy weight. Held down that dragon in the very beginning. By the way, that dragon also had like rockets.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell was that?
And I went to an island like, is that a rocket-equipped dragon? Yeah, I think it is. 6:38.
Okay, that's good. I just have to head outside. We're actually on like a pretty strict schedule, so as much as we love to elaborate, we just have to cut down the number of videos we can elaborate on.
The what's it called? The thing about Mjolnir is it's not heavy.
Right, it's not heavy at all.
Enchanted to not be lifted.
Right. So
unless you're an elevator, then you're worthy.
Yeah. Or if you're like a coat hanger, you're worthy.
Yeah.
That's the funniest bit about like Thor: The Dark World was the fact that he just hung Mjolnir on a coat hanger. Because it was at the point where they needed to take refuge with him and Natalie Portman and all the other characters. And so as they were planning things out, trying to uncover like what's going on Earth, hung it.
So it's not a heavy item.
It's not heavy. Oh god, that reminded me of like Avengers 2 ending with them just talking about Mjolnir. So elevator's worthy.
That's why I brought it up.
So great. I love the That's why I miss Mjolnir. I hope that they'll bring it back somehow. Made from a dying Stark. I'm pretty sure Stark can invest in that.
The one thing I'm wondering is if for Infinity War, Tony's gonna have his Asgardian armor.
I don't know.
Because that would be awesome.
Because we're going to have to guess that whatever the blacksmiths are there on Asgard is in the ship.
Yeah.
So therefore they need to make contact.
Everybody's there.
Yeah, so essentially they need to have them make contact and then like work on Asgardian armor. Because Asgard's resources are just gone in the wind right there.
Dust in the wind.
I'm just so surprised that it was one of those villains in Thor that no one could beat.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking about Thanos, and it's like, how in the world?
Everybody. Everybody's how.
Everybody. I think in the end we can assume that Loki has the Tesseract, right? He has the Tesseract. He looked at it.
He wanted it.
He wanted it.
He wanted it, so he has it.
But I have a feeling that he's not actually going to go rogue on this one. Moreover, it's going to be very convenient we need all the stones. Like, what about the Tesseract? And Thor's like, shit, we left it on Asgard. And Loki's like, you're talking about this? I'm just thinking about like a side comment, like it's ironic that you were trying to keep me away from this thing, yet I'm the one holding it, and I'm the very thing that's gonna keep us from dying from Thanos. So that's gonna be interesting to see how all that pans out. And right now, like I'm now setting my sights on like how Black Panther's gonna be portrayed, because from the trailer that we saw, it's gonna be really, really cool.
I liked it, but at the same time, I don't know if you heard me, but I was saying it looks like just another Ant-Man movie. Which was just another Iron Man movie, which was just a movie where it's like, man, your suit's really fucking cool. I'm gonna make one, and it's gonna be better than yours, and I'm gonna kick your ass with it.
Well, Ant-Man's more comedic, right? There's not too much like heavy plot to it. It's kind of like this movie, right? Where it's
kind of. There's still a bit of plot. There's a bit of plot to it, but it was a comedy in all essence. Yeah. So, but that's what the story was. It was, that's a really cool suit. I'm going to make one better, and I'm going to kick your ass with it. Oh no, you beat me.
I'm literally just going to have Cap shield all over me. That's what it is. No, it's adamantium, right?
It's vibranium.
It's just a full suit of vibranium. Mm-hmm. It's a really cool suit. This movie is just a lot of fun. Even if you don't... Well, actually, I still wouldn't advise people who just watch it right now. They should just like watch the Marvel movies, because at that point, you kind of need to know. At least watch the Avengers, I guess. It's
Avengers 2 is the only one you'd have to watch to get every reference in this movie.
That's true. It's just that also leads to a chain of events of like, how do these guys know each other and whatnot?
So they're friends from work.
Friends from work. And then Avengers 1 is like, it's bring everyone together. Just first and foremost, it's as much as I love the fact that they're world building here, it also like makes it harder for people to get into it. So as much as I recommend it to every single person, I also have to keep in mind that like there's a whole bunch of other things that you should keep in mind of.
Here's what I think about it. Yes, to get the full story, you should watch all of them. Mm-hmm. But to enjoy the movie, you don't have to.
That's true.
They're all enjoyable on their own, out of order, in any sequence. But if you want the full story to it and understand all the subtleties in the background, then yeah, watch all of them.
Yeah, but as a comedy bit, it works really well. Given like the plot, where everything stands, and I'm trying to think. I don't think they're really self-referencing either. As much as they'll talk about like context and stuff like that, but
they're
not gonna like break the fourth wall where it's like, yeah, we tried this and it didn't work, or how bad the other movies were. Mm-hmm. They just kind of roll with the fact that it's a comedy bit as well. Mm-hmm. It's probably one of the funniest things I've seen. The comedy was not just like something, and then you proceed to laugh. It's just there's a lot of subtle things too.
Yeah. Here's the setup. Here's the build. There's the punchline.
No, there's a few bits where it's just like punchline. Oh.
Because that's boom.
Like something like from the end credits.
What heroes do.
Like the end credits of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. The whole bit about the guy like controlling the...
I was thinking about that too.
Because there's so much build up to that. You know something's going to happen. But there are things like the whole... Also the full fact that like when... we'll call her Stacy, enters the room and Thor like intercepts her and he's like...
Make her stay. Boom, boom. Stay! Please.
So funny.
I think that would be the only problem of the movie, is that it didn't take itself seriously at all.
That's true, because like despite a lot of like this plot was actually very intense in the fact that things happen that can be reverted. It's not like a sitcom where it's like, oh well, plays the credits and opens up the next episode and everything's back to normal. No, like Asgard's gone. They're now
Odin's dead.
They're now a migrant
species.
They're a migrant like civilization, and the end credits. Well, I mean this entire discussion is kind of a spoiler, but the very secret, secret mid credit ending was them coming across a gigantic ship.
And keep in mind, they're in a big fucking ship, dude.
Yeah, so even bigger than that. I know that through interviews and whatnot, they were talking about how Thor would come across the Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's how they start things off with like Thor's input in the Avengers. But I didn't know how they're gonna meet up.
I guess that's how.
Maybe, but
I thought that was Thanos.
That's true. I don't know if Thanos has a ship though. Well, he probably should, but
Thanos would have a ship.
I always
does he get around?
I figured that he was like this like single entity, doesn't need an army whatsoever. He's just him, and he just gets around through idle like stuff where it doesn't show him getting there. He's just there. He's just that of.
What is he? The butler from Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
They didn't give him a walk animation. Or no, it's not. It's not the butler from Tomb Raider. I'm thinking of Watson from the Sherlock game.
Huh.
He didn't have a walk animation, but his entity would move. But his placeholder wouldn't. So if you're looking at him, you could back up. His entity is following you, but his place marker stays there because there's no walk animation. So as soon as you move to where you can't see his placeholder anymore, if you turn back, it's right there. It's an instantaneous jump because his entity is there. It just has to load.
Okay. But yeah, oh man. Again.
Where are you?
Here.
Oh! Is that how you're imagining Thanos gets around?
Yeah.
He Batman's away?
Yeah. It's funny to see, like, the gauntlet, Thanos' gauntlet, just, like, in the treasure room. But how Hela's just like, whoosh.
It's fake.
It's fake. It looks at Tesseract, that's okay. But it's more about, like, the internal flame. She also has a woofer.
She does have a woofer. With its size, I would say it's definitely Boof.
That's a Dark Souls boss right there.
No, it was a Dark Souls boss when Thor was fighting Satan.
That too, and the giant. Well, maybe not the giant dragon because that's way too involved on Dragon's part. They give you a little bit of leeway when you fight dragons in Dark Souls, in that they need to land to swipe at you. Otherwise, they're in the air and they're breathing fire at you. This one just chases after you.
I was telling Niall, I was like, oh man, where was this fight in Dark Souls right there? This is DLC. And then later when the dragon pops up, I'm like, god damn it, I hate 2-stage bosses.
Dude. Yeah. As much as like there's so much to cover in this movie, it's so hard because there's so much in this 2-hour movie.
They put so much into it.
So much, and they were really.
It was like an episode of Game of Thrones.
Oh really? I've never really seen it, so I don't know.
I've been watching it recently with my dad.
There's
so much in there, dude. It's like, here's this. Yes, they're all hour-long episodes, each on their own.
Whew.
Let's push them into one!
I've watched some Rooster Teeth podcasts where they talk about, like, it's a good series to just binge watch.
Yeah.
But if you watch it, like, when it comes out each time, it's hard to really hark back to what happened in this episode.
You can't watch it episodically. You have to binge watch it, otherwise you're going to be lost. Because they, like I said, they tell 4 or 5 stories at the same time every episode.
That's crazy, dude. And here I'm thinking, like, I should really catch up on Walking Dead. No, there's, like, so much.
Yeah. You have a story going in the north, a story going across the sea, a story in the main city, a story where the main family is split up, and then the story where someone is trying to get to the east, and then a story where an exiled family is trying to get power again. And it's telling every one of those stories all at the same time during the same episode.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
And it jumps back and forth between them.
God, it's almost like Ruby, but like on steroids. Where it's like, this is happening. Oh, okay. This is happening. Okay. This is happening. Okay.
With Ruby, yeah, they're telling a bunch of stories, but it's
easy to
it's like
them.
I'm going here where everyone's going, and I'm going here where everyone's going. I'm gonna take a slight detour and then go here where everyone's going.
Okay.
This one's. predict where a water drop is gonna go from a sprinkler. That's Game of Thrones' story.
Holy shit, dude. All right. I think we're actually wrapping up. I have to wrap up on time here, but yeah, this was like a really good movie. Just like it's just solid, like considering where Thor was sitting at with the past two movies being good and just eh. So
Watch it.
Just watch it, dude. If anything, it's just a funny movie. Given the fact that it does take itself seriously, but also not so seriously at times. So stupid.
Did you watch it yet?
All right, so we're gonna have to end discussions here. But yeah, this is a really good movie. Recommend it. But yeah, we'll end the discussions here. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you want to stay just informed on like not just like Thor, but just Marvel movies in general, just be sure to subscribe. Should be like some kind of notification bell or whatever. So click on that if you want to just really know, like visually. We got a video up.
We're discussing a thing. That's what it'll say.
Go watch it. Oh, okay, thanks. And of course, support us on Patreon. But yeah, we'll end it here. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.
It was a lot closer than I thought it was.